Welcome to This Explainer. When we think about the United States, our minds usually jump straight to the familiar stuff. We're talking the towering steel skyscrapers, those endless stretches of interstate highways, and of course, the famous landmarks that basically define the American postcard. But beneath that well-known surface, well, there lies a vast, complex, and honestly, deeply mysterious landscape. Today, we're pulling back the curtain.
But what if the United States is actually full of secrets you've never even heard about? Let's just look past the bright lights and bustling cities for a second. What if I told you that this country is holding on to stories just waiting in the shadows? From secret underground cities buried right beneath our feet, to completely abandoned towns frozen in time, to natural wonders that totally defy expectation, there is a hidden America out there just waiting to be discovered.
Okay, let's dive into this. Act I, the wild extremes. To really wrap our heads around the scale of America's secrets, we've got to start with the staggering, almost unbelievable natural landscape. It's easy to picture America as just a collection of giant cities, right? But the geographic diversity here shapes the very identity of the whole nation. I mean, very few countries on Earth offer such wild, extreme climate variations inside a single border. In one country, you've got the warm tropical beaches of Hawaii, and then thousands of miles away, the frozen, unforgiving Arctic landscapes of Alaska. You can cross the vast, bone-dry deserts of Arizona, hike through the dense, rain-soaked forests of the Pacific Northwest, drive across the rolling plains of the Midwest, and then stand right in the shadow of the towering Rocky Mountains. This geography, it doesn't just divide states, it totally shapes the unique cultures and that resilient spirit of the people living in these wild extremes.
But amidst all this natural grandeur, there are a few myths we've just kind of accepted as absolute fact. For generations, people have grown up believing a very specific claim, that the Grand Canyon is America's deepest canyon. It's famous, it's absolutely massive, and it draws millions of people every year. But surprisingly, it doesn't actually hold the record.
Actually, scratch that. That title actually belongs to a place far less famous but equally magnificent, Hell's Canyon. Tucked away along the incredibly remote, rugged border of Idaho and Oregon, Hell's Canyon plunges into the earth, quietly dwarfing its much more famous cousin to the south.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why this lesser-known natural wonder is truly one of America's greatest. We are talking about plunging to a staggering depth of nearly 8,000 feet. It's a powerful reminder that the absolute most breathtaking sights on this continent aren't always the ones plastered on the tourist brochures. Sometimes you really just have to look a little deeper.
And this unbelievable scale, it extends right to the coastline too. While most of us know Alaska is the largest state, its true vastness is honestly hard to even comprehend. Alaska boasts over 33,000 miles of coastline. That is more coastline than all the other 49 states combined. This incredible, super isolated stretch holds massive glaciers, snow-covered mountains, and unparalleled wildlife. Bears, moose, whales, bald eagles, the whole shebang. And yet, despite all this massive size, Alaska has one of the lowest population densities in the entire country. It remains one of the wildest, most untouched frontiers in North America.
And that vastness translates directly into how the nation protects its land. The U.S. preserves millions of acres of raw, unfiltered beauty through a sprawling system of national parks. We're talking primeval forests, active volcanoes, sprawling deserts, thundering waterfalls, and ancient glaciers. To put that into perspective, some of these individual parks are literally larger than entire sovereign countries. It's just a monumental commitment to preserving the extreme wilderness, a true natural sanctuary drawing millions of global visitors every single year.
Right, moving on to Act 2, Shadows of the Past and Present.
You see, the American land isn't just wild, it's marked by the ghosts of human ambition. Across the U.S., there are thousands of ghost towns scattered around like fading memories. Back in the 1800s, during the gold rush and the great mining boom, these were thriving, super vibrant communities. But that prosperity, it was pretty fleeting. When the gold or silver ran dry, people literally just packed up and left, abandoning entire towns to the elements. Today, if you venture out into the deserts and mountains, you can walk through empty streets, peer into abandoned schools, and stand inside old churches. Some have been revived as neat little tourist attractions, but a lot of them remain completely hidden, silent ruins of a forgotten era, totally frozen in time.
But while those ghost towns slowly weather away in the open air, another kind of secret is hiding far closer to home, right under the feet of millions of people, maybe even under your own. So what exactly lies beneath our busiest streets? Now, what's really interesting about all this is how these massive underground networks were built for all sorts of different reasons. Beneath major cities lie huge, secret tunnel systems. In Chicago, sprawling networks were constructed for transporting goods entirely out of sight. Over in Seattle, subterranean tunnels gave workers a way to transit safely, far beneath the chaos of the streets above. And in New York, complex tunnel systems were even used for secretive wartime operations. Today, these massive networks remain largely out of sight. Some sections are actually still secretly in use, while others just sit completely abandoned, holding these fascinating, mysterious histories just inches beneath the pavement.
And, well, you really can't explore American mysteries without looking toward the desert. Deep in Nevada lies Area 51, one of the most heavily guarded military facilities in the entire world. For decades, it's been the center of intense speculation, historically linked to endless stories of UFOs and extraterrestrials. But, looking at the facts impartially here, there is zero publicly verified evidence supporting those alien claims. Instead, experts widely believe the intense secrecy surrounding the site is for testing advanced, highly classified military aircraft and tech. Yet, it's that exact ironclad secrecy that's fueled decades of rumors, creating one of America's greatest modern mysteries.
Okay, Act 3, the American Human Engine.
From the quiet deserts and abandoned ruins, let's shift gears. America isn't just a land of quiet secrets. It's this bustling, nonstop engine of human momentum, driven by complex systems and just relentless energy. And this energy is organized in a really unique way. The U.S. isn't one giant monolithic legal entity. It's a patchwork of 50 individual states, each with its own specific set of laws. This means a community in one state can create a legal system tailored entirely to its own needs. The result? Something that's perfectly legal in one state might be a strict offense the literal second you cross the border into another. It creates this wild dynamic where crossing state lines can almost feel like entering a completely different country, constantly reshaping how people live, work, and interact.
So the crucial point is, this unique, decentralized structure has really fostered an environment of relentless progress. America stands as one of the world's absolute innovation leaders. From the modern computers and smartphones we all rely on every single day, to massive leaps in space exploration, cutting-edge medicine, and the rapid development of artificial intelligence, American innovation has fundamentally changed the globe. This drive is fueled by some of the world's most elite universities, research centers, and tech companies, all working tirelessly to build the future.
And honestly, nowhere is that tireless, around-the-clock pulse more visible than in New York City. It's famously known as the city that never sleeps, and it earns that title every single night. The restaurants, the sprawling subway systems, convenience stores, and entertainment venues operate late into the night, with many staying open 24 hours a day. Whether it's midnight or high noon, you're always going to find people working, creating, and exploring. That raw, nonstop rhythm is exactly what makes New York the vibrant, beating heart of the American engine.
So as we pull back and look at the big picture, we see that America is so much more than just its famous landmarks and familiar highways. It's 33,000 miles of untouched, majestic Alaskan coast. It's the plunging 8,000-foot depths of Hell's Canyon. It's the eerie silence of thousands of forgotten ghost towns, the hidden history of secret underground tunnel networks, and, of course, the heavily guarded gates of classified desert military bases.
Behind the postcard image of the United States lies a deeply complex country, just brimming with hidden history, natural wonders, and fascinating mysteries that many never take the time to discover. So I leave you with this. Looking at all these secrets we've uncovered today, which hidden fact surprised you the most? Let that curiosity be your guide as you continue to explore the hidden stories all around us.